Hello and welcome to Component Rescue Board Repair. Today we're going to be live streaming a 820-3332 with intermittent no video. So this is actually a very common issue with these computers, and I'm going to show you why that is and how we fix it. So the first thing I want to show you is actually going to be the board view. So here's the board view for this board, and there's this chip right here, U8900, and what this chip does is this makes the vCore for the graphics chip. But I guess just because of this placement on the board and the way that it's soldered, over time, just as the computer cools off or gets bumped or dropped, these solder connections on the board will actually crack and cause them to not work. So you can fix this by reflowing this chip. However, that's usually not the method that I prefer, since the reason that it isn't working in the first place was because of the lead-free solder used. So we're going to go ahead and reflow that chip properly using some leaded solder to make it a bit more durable for in the future. So let's go ahead and switch over. So I already have this chip right here on the board view, or not on the board view, under the microscope. So we'll go ahead and we'll add some flux. Okay. And we'll grab our iron and we'll go ahead and start reflowing those joints. Let's add a little bit of solder and we'll go in there. And you want to make sure when you're doing this that all of the joints get nice and shiny, because that's how you know they're properly flowed into place with the leaded solder. Okay. And I also want to make sure too that I clean off the tip of my soldering iron to get the lead-free solder off of it in between resoldering all of this. Let's add a little bit more solder. Let's see, I can't really see that side very well under the microscope. So let's move the board a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to touch that up a tiny bit. Okay. And now the chip should be properly soldered in place. So I'll go ahead and clean it up with some alcohol and Q-tips. just about got it all cleaned up. Okay, there we go. It's all nice and clean. I'll pull that little piece of whatever that crap is off of there. And now we should have a properly reflowed chip on this board. So as I've said, this is a very common issue for these boards, specifically for the 2012 and early 2013 15-inch MacBook Pro Retinas. So the problem with those is, I guess it's just because of where the chip is on the board. Occasionally those will crack. But with these, sometimes you'll get GPU panics on the computer, or sometimes the video will just go blank. It's kind of a mix of both on what happens with these, but that is the fix for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you again later.